Hello, fellow baggers, and welcome back to Bluebaggers Edge and another live stream. And of course, we are back to preview the upcoming match against the Tigs, round 17, and the old foe that we met back in round one, but different set of circumstances then, as it is now. Different coach, different team. The way we're playing, it's chalk and cheese, Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know which is which, but someone that might help me know as to who is the good and who is the bad. It is Mrs. Edge. How are
Hello. I'm fabulous. Look at
you?
this.
How about that audio, first and foremost?
There's a lot to unpack. I've got new audio, new headphones, a new setting. I'm not in bed. And I actually look semi-professional today. We kind of look like equals. You're a little bit more lit than I am still.
Yeah, I was gonna say
but
a little bit dark, but you could have used my light. I'm not using my light, so do you want to
well,
do you want to use?
you've been no help to date. They do say if you want something done to do it yourself, and that was very true in this case. So maybe we can work on the lighting for next week, but a much better setup than usual, I must admit. I feel like I'm in HD now.
Yes, and you sound as if you're coming through in crystal clear. Was it Dolby Digital surround sound? It was it's a big change. But the one thing that is missing apart from lighting, but I must mention that I've been a great help in terms of support, and just allowing you to find your feet, which is the main thing. So you found your feet, which is good to see. But you're missing some posters behind you or some memorabilia. So I might have to gift you some that I've got. Actually, I've got one down here.
I did have one on my wall behind me.
I don't know how it would go in terms of on the wall, but
I think it would look about the size of a postage stamp on the wall behind me, to be fair.
yeah.
I did have one on my wall when this room was originally set up as an office prior to me going on maternity leave. So the last time I would have used this room as an office was 2024. No, 2025. Started 2025. And there was a nice poster of Charlie Curnow on my wall, but that has swiftly been taken down and not been put back up on the wall.
It's been instead put on a dartboard.
No, we don't do anything like that.
Is that what you're saying?
Just swiftly move it along. Charlie who? Don't know him.
Yeah, Charlie who. But he was spoken about. Must mention a bit of a segue there. In the interview that was done by Code Sports and John Ralph, who I don't know about you, but I absolutely love John Ralph. He's one of the cutting edge journos, new on the block. Not really. He's an absolute pain in the ass.
Didn't he retire, or am I thinking of someone else?
Who, John Ralph?
Didn't John Ralph retire?
You're thinking of Robbo. Robbo retired. He was head of.
No, I'm not thinking of Robbo. I'm thinking of Mark Stevens.
Oh yes, Mark Stevens, who now actually I think he's doing some stuff for Zero Hanger, which is more of an underground type independent platform. So best of luck to the Hammerhead, as we like to call him. But yeah, just alluding to who was it I was talking about there? Charlie, of course, segue. And John Ralph. So the interview that was done between Ralph and Nick Austin, and it was a great great interview between both of those. John Ralph conducted himself quite professionally in terms of the questioning. There was one bit of questioning that I don't know if he was trying to trip up Nick Austin, but he was asking, because it was just virtually a question around where he's left the list and, surrounding trading up the draft order in order to try and get Jagger Smith. And, he said if we didn't go for Jagger, if he was unavailable, we would have been, swimming in riches with regards to Harvey Langford. There was another player. Was that Finn O'Sullivan or someone else, Sid Draper or someone? And John Ralph said, so who else was available? And Nick Austin just kept talking, and he goes, no, but what was the quality outside of those? Like, what are you doing? He was like in the midst of like continuing on with his answer. Just funny stuff. That was a John Ralph-ism. But that
Mhm.
interview was quite good, which I might do a separate video on to that because it was a little bit uncovered, especially with regards to the relationship between Charlie and Michael Voss, which he kind of confirmed, which was rumored throughout the trade period that it was strained relationship, and that was part of the reason or one of the main driving factors behind Charlie seeking a trade elsewhere. And yeah, he virtually confirmed that and said that there was a bit of a misunderstanding. They didn't quite, see eye to eye on certain things. He didn't elaborate on what, but he said that it was something that could have been rectified if need be in terms of mediation, but I didn't get to that point. But yeah, a couple of nice little things there, which we might chat about in a separate video, but just a bit of a segue there. Outside of that, of course, there has been news surrounding our coaching candidates and those
Mhm.
in line for interviews with the club. Now, I don't know if you've seen or whatnot, but I might pass the baton
I
over to
have.
you. Yes,
To
and
me?
yeah, yeah. Well, around about because you said that you saw Fraser's presser. Was there anything just
Oh,
related to that with regards to him letting on? Is he keen for the job?
so Fraser's presser today, it was about 8 minutes, was uploaded to the Carlton website. And basically, of course, they asked, the candidates have been released for the coaching job. Are you involved or were you asked? And he said no, which he's been maintaining the entire time. So I don't know what they were expecting, something different. And then they also were asking him stuff about whether he'd be, I can't remember exactly what was said, but like whether he'd be thinking about what was going on. And he said, look, my focus is on what's happening right now. I'm not thinking about any of that. Like, I think that would derail what we're kind of working on. And then they asked him whether he would have a role at Carlton next year if it wasn't the senior coach role, or if he'd be happy to have a role at Carlton if it wasn't the senior coach role, and he said yes. So I think in some capacity, whatever that is, he'll still be involved with the club um, in some form. So we'll have to see what that is. But yeah, he answered all of the same questions that he's been answering for the last 6 weeks. And then a rogue question at the end, because they must be sick of asking him the same stuff. They've asked him about Matt Cottrell's harmonica again. And he actually had to turn to the media team and say, Did he do this again last week? And they said no. And he just, yeah, kind of brushed it off. But I just thought, God, they're really running out of things to ask him, aren't they?
Mm. Yep, just we like the same stuff. Just it's like they have
Mm.
all like questions on a spinning wheel. Just spun the wheel, and whatever it lands on, oh, we'll just ask that question. Oh, wait, we've asked it. Let's ask it again. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, it seems like every week the only new narrative they're running with is, oh, it seems as though he's kind of, he's coming around to the idea of potentially becoming senior coach or applying for an interview with or formally having an interview with the club. So yeah, it's just the same merry-go-round because they're clutching onto anything that they can. But did I hear our little man? Was he murmuring? Does he want to be involved in the podcast?
He does. He's I can see I was watching him on the monitor. He's just rolling back to sleep. I have to be careful with my audio levels because I'm literally in the room next door to him. So if we woke the baby, I definitely will be going back to the old setup. That's for sure.
Yeah, or just bring him in. Bring him in, and he can be part of the stream. Maybe that's what
No,
he's.
he's
That's what he's saying.
too grumpy, I think, at
Yeah,
this
too
time of
grumpy.
night.
Yeah. Well, he can say, even though he's kind of saying dad da, but he does say dad 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 da. So he's already halfway there to singing the theme song. Just get the
Pretty
harmonica behind
much.
him. It's da 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 da.
By the time we're in any potential finals, hopefully he'll have it all down pat.
That's it. That's it. Better go through the comments because I just noticed we've got the 30 plus comments. So apologies, but let's go through. So just quickly, Atush, good to see you, mates. As always, up and about. Always smiling as well. It is Atush on the fan cams with with Terry. He's always calling people out that aren't smiling, and he's like, "Smile, smile." It's quite funny. Lana, good evening to you as well. I hope you're well. And likewise, Raina, who joins us as always, one of our long-time supporters. In fact, I think our very first member of our channel, so always a legend. Hope you're well, mate. David says, just finished watching the Jumper Punch team selection. There you go. There's been a few alternate blue bagger channels across the team selection. And just a bit of pleasantries between peeps, which is good to see. There you go. Lana says, looking very professional, GF. I think she's talking about you. She's calling me girlfriend. Girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Is that how it goes?
No, it's not how it goes. I'm just going to turn my camera off for a second, but I can still hear. I'm just going to make sure that he goes back to sleep. So
and you can talk through as well. Remember, you can talk. So if he wants to say anything, if he wants to say da 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 da, just you can. Tush, I love this. Very, very optimistic. We're winning the flag, which reminds me, I was having a look at one of the many supporter pages on Facebook as I posted a link to this stream, and someone genuinely asked the question, are we going to play in the grand final? Now, I know there's different levels of nuffiness, which we, of course, are on as well, different sort of spectrum, but ask the genuine question, are we making a grand final? Potentially, maybe, but there were some genuine answers to it, so I do respect that, but quite funny. G'day, Jay. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. And we have Jonas, of course, our longtime follower and tragic bagger himself, Jonas Goat, who says Mrs. Edge has leveled up. Indeed, she has. You could say she's the sharper edge of the two of us.
I'm Carlton 2.0.
Atush, glad we have the same rotation of Delhi. Just like to know as well, Atush, in regards to that, how many streams do you tune into on? This is probably one of the bigger nights, obviously, with team selection, and there'd be a number of other platforms and channels out there doing previews. But how many streams do you frequent? Because I'm genuinely curious and impressed. Jack, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. Very happy after tonight. Of course, being a Lions man, and this is the level of support that this man gives us, which we are very grateful for, because he is a Brisbane Lion himself, but he supports the Blues in a roundabout way. He says, can't believe the Blues and Lions have beaten the Cats lately. Yeah, it was a big surprise.
GMHBA tonight, like that's a Alphabet Stadium, whatever that's called. That's a big win. Very
big win. I don't know about you, but I know you tipped an upset for this round. Wasn't this game? But I had a feeling I was very close to tipping Brisbane before I was like, wait a second, where are they playing? And it was only because they're playing at Alphabet Stadium that I chose Geelong, stupidly.
I did the exact same.
Yeah. So, Jack, you would be a very happy camper, mate. They have won, 4 on the trot now? So they're back they're always in contention this time of year, but they've turned things around and catapulting themselves into top 4 contention, which is great. Wayno, how are you, mates? Good to see you. I don't know if Wayno was with us this time last week. We might have caught him off guard, but good to see you joining us, mate. Hope you're well. Atush says, does Mrs. Edge have the ring light that did nothing? See, that's the thing, Atush. You wouldn't know if she did. You wouldn't know if she did. And that's why I love that you asked that as a question, because genuinely you would not know.
I do need a light. Yeah, and I said you can go get, because I knew what you were just trying to incite something.
There you go. So I turned my light on, just a little bit,
didn't make any difference. Sorry to tell you.
Didn't it? Look at this. Look at the shadowing. Woo! Sure did. Unlike yours. You know what you should do? Just get your phone light and just.
I don't have any battery on my phone. That's a whole other.
Well, you're out of option.
Other problem.
You're out of. Use the lamp behind you there in the corner. That'll provide some illumination. Good question though, Atush. That's a question of the night. Early contender. Lana, Atush, we are sick and we may never lose again. Exactly. Never lose again. Charlie Coleman Kerno. Yes. Let's see if he wins a Coleman at Sydney. Pleasantries. Good to see. Raina, Ralph, you're taking the piss, aren't you? Of course I'm taking the piss, mate. He is one of the low forms of AFL journo. Let's just say that. Might be a nice bloke, but in terms of his journalistic rigor, doesn't really hold much of a flame there. Jack says, thoughts on Akers getting dropped? I've thought this was in the making. He can be good in patches, but just do dumb shit all the time, especially the long bomb gives to thin air, which I think worked well under Michael Voss's game plan and probably got away with it. But yeah, I mean, with the way that we're playing at the moment, you're kind of being exposed if you're not, the top of your game, if you're not doing the running carry and everything else, which is unfortunate because he does show glimpses of decent form, doesn't he? But are you surprised? I'll pass the baton to you because I'm going to bring up the team changes as a bit of a segue.
Well, I think someone had to make way for Ollie. I think it's good that Ollie's coming back into the team and see what he can do because he's another one that has sort of up and down form as well. So I think, yeah, I think I don't know who else I probably would have taken out. Maybe that's like for like, or that would fit where Ollie was. So yeah, I think that's a fair call for Akers to come out and just see what Ollie can do. If he can do anything different, do anything better. We've got like a lot of people kind of waiting in the wings to come back into this team. There hasn't been changes for many weeks, so it's gonna, unfortunately, it might be just a small thing that gets you back to the VFL. But yeah, see what happens with Ollie. I think it's good that he's back.
It is, and he had a good game on the weekend in the VFL. He had 30 disposals, 9 marks, and 7 tackles. And on the official website, Carlton, they've done a little write-up here for Ollie, and it says he also played as an inside mid, which is a new role for him. His ability to outnumber and help us in transition was excellent, as was his hunt around the contest. So, rewarded for good form.
That's exactly it.
And that's what Fraser spoke about, didn't he, in recent weeks?
Selection integrity.
Yep, which is such a new thing with Carlton at the moment. Incredible, isn't it?
The other thing that Fraser was talking a lot about in his presser today actually was about training and standards at training. So I'd be interested to know what he's sort of referring to there, whether there was maybe it wasn't a stricter training under Voss, or maybe they just weren't doing the right things, or whatever it might be. But yeah, he kept on drilling getting training right and standards right. And it's not the first time I've heard him say that either.
Yeah, there was an article on, where was it? It might have been The Age, and they referenced some of Terry's fine work at training because he was there and they actually grabbed some quotes from him. But when was it? It would have been I think it was late last week. So virtually they said, this is just some quotes here, at a training session just 9 days into his reign at Carlton, Josh Fraser was unusually vocal for a head coach. Let's get our feet set early, Fraser ordered during a warm-up kicking drill in a piece of vision recorded by content creator Terry from Blue Abroad. Don't be lazy on these kicks, he said. Such direction turned the heads of experienced onlookers, including Terry, who rarely misses an open training session. And there's a quote here from Terry. I don't really recall too many times that we've heard the coach bark instructions that early in a training session. And then it goes on to talk about the months earlier in the preseason, the infamous vision that was captured by Heath Buck from My Blue Heaven, which went viral, of course, with players kicking off the side of the boot and all that sort of stuff. So it just shows that whole article is about the stark contrast in training standards by the looks of it between, Josh Fraser at the helm and Michael Voss. But yeah, very interesting. Moving on to the next few questions. It was a very good interview with Nick Austin. Check it out, Code Sports. Wayno's up and about with the tush. Dave, was this you last time rabbiting on about Murphy Reid? My Lord, I'm starting to think you're Murphy Reid's dad. David Reid, come on, mate. Calm down. G'day, Alan. How are you, mates? Hope you're well. I liked Austin when he was with us. Yeah, and I've written a few notes off the back of this interview, and I think it kind of highlights, and especially with what's happening now, when the team's riding high and they're getting results, you can kind of see the groundwork that he's laid with regards to those players that have come through the ranks. We've got the likes of Ollie Hollands to start with. I think he started back in, was it 2020? It might have been, but Ollie Hollands was 2022. Lockie Cowan was one of his picks at pick
Yeah.
30. And a lot of the things with his selections at the draft, they weren't top-end talent. So obviously, as the draft goes on, it gets harder and harder to try and cherry pick those diamonds in the rough. But Cowan, pick 30. 2023, Billy Wilson was pick 34. Matt Carroll, he was pick 15 in the rookie draft. So he was passed up by 14 other clubs in the rookie draft, as well as 18 clubs in the national draft. Cooper Lord was a mid-season rookie draftee, picked 9. 2024, we have the Hoff in O'Farrell, pick 38. Flynn Young, mid-season rookie draftee. Frankie Evans, of course, he was one of the SSP picks. And then in the draft just gone, Dean, can we really count Dean? I mean, his title was his father's son, but, still had to, I guess, lay the foundation to have enough points to match a bid, which came kind of late. I mean, it was probably a few days heading into the draft. There were rumors that a club was going to bid on Dean within the top 5 picks. And then it came out that it was the Eagles. So there's that. And also the AFL bringing in these new draft rules and everything else, having to, work on the fly. But then outside of Dean, Taylor Byrne, pick 45. Mm-hmm. Pick 45. And he's already playing multiple games. He's kicking goals. Looks great.
But he wasn't a true pick 45.
A true pick 45?
No, he was pick 45. It part of... Yeah, but didn't he slide because it was the whole... Was he the one that...
You're thinking of Jack Ison. Jack Ison.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you're right, though. We got Taylor Byrne off the back of Jack Ison not being bid on. So if someone had a bid on Jack Ison before pick 45, we would have had to have bundled up picks to then match that bid. So we were very, very lucky in that sense there. But he was calm in that and was like, you know what, we'll just keep going. And Taylor Byrne was there. He was available and picked him. And I remember at the time I was thinking, why are we going for another small forward? You probably thought the same thing, and your dad did especially as well, because we all had a chat about it. And I thought, okay, maybe he's like, setting us up for the future. Motlop's getting a little bit older. He's had some injury worries, maybe won't even make it in terms of, being a successful pick. Frankie Evans, he's still young, but not young. So kind of upon reflection, you're like, yeah, maybe there's a few, ideas around it. But to see what he can provide in terms of a pressure small forward, which is what Voss has been trying to find across the journey when he was at the helm, with Fogarty, Motlop himself. Who else is there? They had so many players across, Frankie Evans, so many players across the journey to try and play that role. But having said all that, all those picks, again, were like from mid-30s to 40 picks. That takes some talent. And you have to be good at your job as a list manager, as well as a wider recruiting team, to identify the talent of each of these players at junior level, that they're obviously heading to games throughout the year, under 18 champ games. And to do what he did, incredible. So I reckon those people out there that have criticised him have probably done so off the back of frustration, the team not getting results, and they're like, Voss should go, the president goes, the CEO goes, that sort of scattergun approach.
Throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we're starting to see those good things that he's done. And it will obviously come to light, 2 seasons down the track when they develop even further. But from what we've seen at the moment, geez, we've done very, very well, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to see who we can get in that role, who will fill those shoes, and hopefully it's more of a Nick Austin model and not a Stephen Silvani model.
Yeah, I know. Like Stephen Silvani, he was like, just comparing just quickly to what he did. Paddy Dow, pick 3.
Yeah.
The pick after him was LDU, Luke Davies-Uniacke at North Melbourne.
Yeah.
Lockie O'Brien at pick 10.
Liam
Stocker, pick 19, who we traded up the draft for. And I was doing a little bit of research around this, and we actually swapped our the next season, 2019 first rounder with Adelaide to get their pick 19 in that draft for 2018. And that 2019 first rounder that was ours, that then went to the Crows, ended up being pick 4, which was Lockie Ash. And they actually, so we had pick 19, pick 11, which was the Crows, because we got their future first as well. And then we on-traded pick 11 to Gold Coast, which they then used on Sam Flanders, who's now at St Kilda. And he did that because he split pick 11 into pick 17 and 22, which was Kemp and a bloke by the name of Philp, who I don't think played a game.
Oh, yeah.
So in essence, what we virtually did was we traded pick 4 for Liam Stocker, Kemp, and Philp, and pick 4 was Lockie Ash. So we did okay by getting Kemp, but my word, what a stuff up. So it makes you wonder, really. I mean, he did pretty well getting Harry and Charlie at pick 10 and pick 12 in that same draft, which also picked up his son, Jack Silvani. But mind you, both of those guys in Harry and Charlie were rated as the best 2 key position forwards in that draft. So you could say it was a bit of a gimme. Of course, we needed...
And Charlie slid because he had the behavioural stuff as well.
Yeah, drink driving. So that was a big thing. And then pick 1, Weeders and Walsh. You can't stuff that up. It's the best play in the draft, so we can't give him that. But I think we can give him his flowers with regards to picking up TDK at pick 31. So outside of TDK, outside of TDK and Kemp, he did zilch. He did apart from getting GWS players.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say half the Giants as well.
Yeah, crazy. But anyway, let's move on to the comments. Let us know your thoughts as well if you're tuning in about Nick Austin. Do you think he's done a decent job? Because I think he's been unfairly criticised, I think, by some supporters. Here we go. Come on, David Reed. Jonas, Richmond passed on Murphy, Reed and Shanahan mold. Exactly. We've gone through this again. And I think that was spoken about on SEN in recent times as well. Let's just get through this. So, Jack, if Walsh does not get 30 and a goal, I'll be disappointed. He should destroy the CBAs. Him and Jagger should be okay for 60 plus. I think they should be. The Tigers don't tag. They don't have someone to tag apart from, remember McIntosh, the bald-headed, wearing the yellow headband? He was their only tagger up until he got given the tap on the shoulder. But yeah, you'd think that Walsh is in some decent form. The Eagles tried to tag him last week with Brody Hoff, who's actually, to his credit, done a pretty decent job against some quality midfielders, but didn't get the job done. And I think there was a funny, I have to try and find it because I tweeted it. There was a very funny quote from McQualter, who was trying to say that Hoff did a decent job. Oh, here it is. He said, Sam Walsh is an experienced player. We have used Brady Hoff in multiple roles, and it's been really effective for us. Hoffy did a great job. He was able to restrict his impact on the game. Like, mate, do you think the people watching the game with their eyes closed? Oh, Lord. I think he's the sharpest tool in the shed, that bloke. Lana Voss met with heaps of them. I'll talk about the yes. Missed last week's show battling a virus. Just coming out the other end at the last 24 hours. I hope you're feeling better. Wayno?
We've had something tear through this house as well. Little man had it on Saturday, or probably only since yesterday he started getting a little bit better. And then you started feeling a bit crook yesterday. And I'm hoping I don't get struck down.
Yeah, I feel better now. It's just more asthma than more than anything. But
I think it's the weather. Yeah. The weather can't be helping.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's the funny thing, isn't it, Tush? Are we calling Jagger shit? It's funny, isn't it?
Favorite for the rising star, but he's terrible.
Yeah, he's absolutely terrible. Compared to your man, Harry Dean.
I'm locking in Harry Dean.
Yeah, for the rising star. Get Edge Jr. on, says a Tush. In good time. In good time, mate. He will be very keen to come on, I'm sure. I thought it was the cat. No, it's not the cat. That's Paddy. That's the Patrick Cripps namesake.
Yeah, Paddy the cat and Felix, who's not a cat, but a baby.
Yeah, they're both babies in a sense. One's just got fur, or more fur than the other. Lana says, bring in the pussycato.
I don't know where he is, actually.
He's probably outside the door here. He's probably trying to get in. No, he's not there.
He's probably curled up asleep on the bed because I'm not there yapping, disturbing him.
Yeah, and he would want to get out of here because whenever he hears me streaming, I must hurt his ears, which is fair enough. And I don't blame him. Um, what are you talking, David? Please stop, because I don't want to be kicking people. We're all up and about. We're all riding high. We're no longer the Carlton under Michael Voss, where we're all frustrated and calling for Nick Austin's head and the like. So just keep it above board. Edge Jr. is going to be used to that song after this winning streak. He is. Well, since his birthday. Well, actually, was it before his birthday? Yeah, we haven't lost a game.
No, since since mid-May, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yep, mid-May.
So there you go.
Wayno missed a lot of my faves, but catching up again. Oh, you're our fave, Wayno. You know that, mate. And he's a fellow member of the channel as well, so automatically a favourite. But even if you weren't, mate, you are up there. You're like in the Mount Rushmore of Bluebaggers Edge. You should have your heads sort of carved into the wood behind me. Lana, Aiden never. That's the one. Aiden. It's when Atush calls out Aiden, because Aiden literally never smiles. He's just like, yeah, good performance. Yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with the win. And Atush is like, smile, Aiden, smile.
That's what being a Carlton supporter does to you. You lose all emotions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Aiden smiles when we lose. You can always chat at a game in real life whenever you want, Zach, but I know that's... who's Zach? I don't know who Zach is.
Maybe that's... Anyway, skip.
I don't know. Who are you talking about there, Atush? Shall we have a group chat? Oz Norge, Viking, Chris Scott cried again 2 out of 3 weeks, and possibly a tear during the bye. Are you referring to Chris Scott smashing the phone in tonight's game? Which I find funny. I mentioned to you that they showed a vision on the broadcast. He smashed the phone, and then he got up and walked away, and then came back to his seat, and there was some minion that went over and like plugged in the new headset and like just sheepishly walked away. And he's just like, oh, yeah, like it's nothing. Like, surely just the AFL should say, mate, if you're smashing phones and it's in half, you start talking into it like it's a walkie-talkie. Like it's up to you, or you go down to the bench like Michael Voss for punishment and start coaching from the sidelines.
I think the AFL don't care as long as you're not punching holes in walls or, anything like that. If you're damaging your own property, that's up to you.
Yeah, and I think they're secretly scared of Chris Scott, which is quite hilarious. Because he's the only coach that gets away with calling them out, which I love.
It's true.
Lana says, he's not there to let him in. And even if I think he probably knows that we're streaming, so he's keeping a wide berth. Did you say yes to the guy saying, are we going to play in the grand final? No, I didn't reply. I didn't reply to him. Actually, I want to try and find it in one of these groups.
Anything's possible until it isn't possible.
Yeah, exactly right. That's a good stance to have. Tush says genuinely all of the streams all the time.
I take my hat off to you. There's a lot of streams.
There is a heap of streams. As David said here, there's a jumper punch, Monday blues, ankle sore, blue aboard. Quite a number. Carlton should have a comfortable win over the Tigers by 70. Yeah, I don't want to be... I know, like, when we played Essendon, I'm just scared. But surely the monkey's off the back after West Coast. Like, that was the first win from start to finish win.
I think as well, like we've got more to prove against Richmond because the game at the start of the year was so close and we nearly dropped that one. I feel like we've got more to prove and they'll be hungry to come out and, have a decisive win. I don't think it'll be 70 points, but, anything in the realm of 30 plus would be just lovely. One way you don't get the heart rate up, that would just be delightful.
Yeah. That would be a welcome sight. But yeah, West Coast was good in the sense that we kept for the first time, which I spoke about in the review of the game, it was a different style of win. It wasn't just, against the odds like the game against Geelong. It wasn't, getting the monkey off the back against the the Dogs, winning interstate against Port. And then, of course, the West Coast game was the first game where we've played a minnow team.
We were meant to win.
Meant to win, and we actually kept the foot on the pedal, like on the throttle. We're going virtually from first gear, like going through the gears, hitting top gear, and we looked really good. So we were relentless.
I don't know. I can't remember what year it was, but I think it was the first time since 2010 or 2016. Can't remember that every player had a minimum of 10 disposals.
Yeah, it was. Yep. It was a record. It was a record. Trying to find, there was another stat as well, which I went through that weird eclipsed. I'll have to try and find it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there was another stat as well.
We hit the ton.
Yeah, we hit the ton, but it wasn't that. It was something else. But yeah, the other good thing about that game was we didn't just rely on, one avenue to goal. Like we had a number of like individual goal kickers. So it wasn't just, relying on, which is what I spoke about in the review. It was a different style of win where, yesteryear we've been relied upon Harry kicking a bag or Charlie kicking a bag in order for us to get into a position to win. Like this game, it was like Burn kicked 3, Harry kicked 3, but also split time up the ground in the ruck. Georgie Boy Hewitt, he kicked 2. Gov, Frankie also kicked 2. And then we had midfielders as well, Jagger, Cripper, Cottrell, Hayward, of course, in terms of the other sort of mid-sized, smaller forwards, and Ainsworth kicking singles as well. So it was 10 individual goal kickers.
That reminds me, another piece of Carlton media that I consumed this week was Paddy Cripps's interview on the Tommy Sheridan's podcast. I always get it wrong. Is it All American? I say All American. It's Oz American on the Oz American Aces. So that was like an hour potty with Cripper, and that was really insightful to listen to as well. Main takeaway from that one was he's reinforced that a few things. He wants to stay a one club man if he can. He said he's committed to Carlton until the end of next year, which is what he's been saying. But he's saying like if you asked him today, he's going to be a one club player, but he's so hungry for a premiership, and you don't blame him, obviously. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if what happens, this back end of this year, next year, if we're no closer to a premiership, but Freo are, for example. You don't know what's going to happen. He might go back home, or he might move clubs to try and win a premiership. But yeah, it was just interesting to hear him talked about Voss. Said that the thing that they've changed since Voss has left has been the players have changed their attitude, and they sort of started doing that in the Brisbane game. So again, it was like all this stuff we were doing with Voss, but we just weren't closing out games. So yeah, that was an interesting perspective as well. Sort of what they've all been saying every time they get interviewed, all the players.
Yeah, they've all been complimentary to Voss. Which is funny. But Voss has moved on. He's now doing stuff for Fox Footy, so he can make a bit of a pay packet out of that with less pressure.
The thing is as well, though, like we know there's other factors that contribute to how the players perform on the field. Like what we've talked about: selection integrity, rewarding effort, rewarding form. Is it training standards? Like all of that would impact how the players perform. It wouldn't just be the players one day waking up being like, yeah, I'm going to try today. That's not really how it works.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. And like I was saying with the Nick Austin interview, where he kind of unveiled the truth behind the I guess differences between Charlie and Voss. And I'm sure that wouldn't be just confined to that one player. I'm sure there would be other players frustrated, put off not enjoying being coached by Voss, whatever it may be. So if one player feels that way, you can almost guarantee there would be others feeling similar.
Well, we got a glimpse into it with that whole voicemail saga with Doherty. Like,
Mm.
that didn't sound like someone who backed in what Voss was doing.
No. Yeah, exactly. And the other good point that Nick Austin made in his interview was he actually spoke about how like the run of form in 2023 that led us through to a prelim, that there was a Jekyll and Hyde season where the first part we looked like a bottom four team, and then when we got the run on and a fair bit of luck went our way as well, he was like at that point, and in terms of a list manager, trying to differentiate, okay, which Carlton of that season is a true reflection of where the club stands. And
well, sort of like this year.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And what we've uncovered this year is the issue behind it all, which was the coaching. Same list, youngsters actually coming in that were untried and producing. So there's a lot to uncover around that. But Nick Austin also mentioned for that season, 2023, we were riding the coattails of the style that Michael Voss was trying to adapt, which was around winning at the stoppage at all costs and nothing else. And Nick Austin himself actually said it was an outdated way of playing compared to the rest of the competition, which was moving more towards speed, outside run, and he said it wasn't sustainable. So for a list manager to actually see that, not actually be part of the coaching staff and see that, it was pretty telling, I think. But a really great interview. So go and check it out. The other thing I wanted to mention, just that stat against the Eagles, that we actually produced their best first half of footy for the season. We kicked 10 goals, 66, and had 244 disposals in the first two quarters, which was a club record for the most disposals in a half. So not just a season record, a club record. So that's dominance that we haven't seen the likes of. So really good. Breaking new ground under the phrase craze. Let's continue on with some of the comments because we're falling behind. Jack, I have to ask, guys, round 21, Lions, Carlton at Marvel on Saturday night. Will you be going? I'm tempted to go for a footy weekend that weekend, and I'd love to catch up for a beer if you're there. We will be there, won't we?
We go to every game in Melbourne unless we can't for some reason. So actually, we didn't go last week because, well, I didn't go because little man. Well, we both didn't go because little man wasn't well. And only one of us is going to the Collingwood game, and only one of us is going to the St Kilda game because one of us has to look after the little man. So I think I'm going to the Collingwood game, is what we've decided, because I missed out on so much footy last year.
Yep.
And you're going to go to the Saints game because I have work the next day anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, we go to all games unless there's an issue.
Yeah. So we will be there, Jack. So hit us up closer to the game and just remind us and let us know where you're sitting. And we can let you know where we're sitting because it'll be our home game, obviously. And we have our reserve seats. So you can come across to us and we can catch up for, even between quarters. Whatever you want to do, mate. It's no worries. So
Marvel has some really good bars within the stadium now. They have really good restaurants and stuff. So
that's very true. Very true. Sample the wares. Atush, it's always I've actually always wanted to go, but we haven't played a GMHBA for like 6 years. It's been a fair.
I've never been. You've been there, haven't you?
I have been there for work.
Work, yeah.
Yep. Was it a pre-season game? It was when I was working at Carlton. It was one of the early games when I first started there. And
we did play a game there semi-recently. Maybe it was that. Probably would have been around when you were there. Anyway, you've been there.
Which was 2018. So yeah, that was about 8 years ago. But I'm sure we played there earlier. I'm not sure. Dave, I don't know what you're going on about there, mate. George, I watch a few Blue Abroad, Pommy, Monday Blues, Ankle Sore, Jumper Punch. So I have a full night every night. There you go, George. You're another rusted on streamer. So I love that, mate. Streamer dreamer. Jim?
And
G'day, mate.
funnily enough, apparently they're just little podcasts that no one watches. We won't
Exactly.
get back into them. Did anyone
According to
else
who?
watch the two-part Did anyone else watch or David King, but did anyone else watch the, two-parter on Kane Corns's, life and times on Unfiltered? I love Unfiltered. I think, Hamish McLachlan really gets some good interviews on that show. But when I heard Kane Corns was having a two-parter, I thought, "You gotta be joking." I didn't watch the first part. I did watch the second part, mainly because it was in the background while I was doing other stuff, but you caught the first part.
Yeah, there's the second part I didn't watch, but the first part I thought was I think I might have missed the first 5 minutes or something of the first part, but basically he was chatting about it was pretty decent because it was about his personal life in terms of his
Personal life, yeah.
when his son was born, um, he had an issue with his heart, and they had to do a
Mm,
procedure when he was virtually a baby, and it was virtually going through his artery in his leg
mm,
into his heart to assess it or do whatever. And when they were pulling out the thing that was in his artery, they actually nicked an artery connected to one of his kidneys, and they
mm,
said he had to have a blood transfusion because he was losing blood. They didn't know why. And then it was only when he was, I think it was like 15 years of age, he had a scan, a routine scan, just in terms of his vital organs to see how they were functioning. And they inject him with dye, and it shows up on the machine. Everything flashed up fine except for one of his kidneys, and they
mm.
dated it back to so at the time when
When
they
he had
did
that
that initial
procedure.
procedure,
Mm.
they worked out that the doctor or the surgeon actually nicked the artery, and the kidney actually died off, which
That's
is
crazy,
crazy.
isn't it?
Couldn't believe it, but that was really interesting. But outside of that,
Yep.
in terms of his footy side of things, he was talking about his attitude, how he cracked the shits off the back of like he got told by Matthew Primus when he was coaching that he was going to be virtually delisted and made to play in the seconds. And at the next season, when he was supposed to be playing the seconds, in the preseason, he smashed it, came back. He couldn't not play him because he was in that good a form. And then he ended up winning the best and fairest. And the next season, he thought he had an incredible year, finished second in the best and fairest, got up on stage for his acceptance speech and virtually said, "Yeah, sure, thanks." And then just walked off and cracked the shits and left his actual trophy on the table at the end of the night.
So
And
they spoke a little bit about this in the second episode. It must have been last night's episode. And they said, Kane said that Media Kane, if Media Kane knew what footballer Kane did, he would absolutely have torn him to shreds over that best and fairest thing. And he said that he would have been really tough on himself, which is pretty funny.
oh no, yeah, Kane 1 and Kane 2.
Kane 1 and Kane 2.
There's a few people
Right.
criticising Alphabet Park being the worst ground in the AFL. NG Stadium a close second. It reminded me so much of Princess Park, just in
Mm,
terms of being in the bowels of the stadium, which I've been lucky enough to do at Princess Park when I've been working at the club, obviously as well. And it's got that suburban club feel where I
mm.
remember there was like pillars where the players actually had to weave around and try and do handball drills. I'm like, this is utterly ridiculous. Like if you're and I was trying to like dodge balls and stuff, and I remember I was hiding behind one of those pillars, which worked for me to try and not get hit by the footy. But just yeah, very like
Well,
it's
it's had a
cool that the
refurb
suburban.
since then.
Yeah, on the opposite side. So I don't think they've actually changed that side of the ground where they've got the change rooms, but the opposite side. I remember they were actually renovating it uh, that
Mm.
that day that I was there. So yeah, it's since obviously upgraded and stuff, but yeah, they need a bit of a refurb underneath. I don't know if they've done that, but Alphabet Park, I'm crying. Jonas says Hollins is a great runner, but poor decision maker and can butcher it too. Yeah, I think that's one of his deficiencies. Like, there's no player that's perfect. Even the best
No,
player in the game have their deficiencies, and that's just Ollie's, unfortunately. Um,
but you can't fault his effort.
mm,
He's always giving it a red hot crack.
yeah, and like Pete said
Yeah,
here, kicking the door down the VFL was always going to happen eventually, especially given selection integrity.
section integrity. Yeah.
It's, it's a legit soccer pitch, no curves and four corners. Jim says we shouldn't trade Motlop or delist him. He's a lost cause. We shouldn't or should? I think he might have meant should. That was a Freudian slip. You're saying we should keep him, truly? But he's going to be behind the 8 ball now anyway, because coming back from an ACL's
ACL.
awfully hard. But
Mm,
then he's already been overtaken by the likes of Taylor Byrne, which is something that I spoke about when he did his injury in the preseason. I said it's going to be hard enough for him to get back, but with what we've seen from Taylor Byrne at that stage over the preseason, looked really good. Yeah, he's going to be up against it, which is unfortunate for him.
I think there's like how many players currently playing in the VFL that ordinarily would get a spot of Carlton at the start of the season, really? Like, I think it's going to be very hard. He'll be in that kind of fringe bracket, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be depth, I think. And it surprised me because I think there might have been Port Adelaide, I think was one team that came knocking before he signed his contract.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I reckon there might be another club trying to get him on the cheap. Geelong. might Geelong do that? They've done
Geelong
it with
just get everyone.
With Jackie Martin, I know, and just turn them into superstars, which I can see happening. I can genuinely see happening.
Yeah.
Oz says, I spoke to a Geelong. What's AC? Don't know what AC is. In 2016 in Canadian Park, and he didn't know he was in Canadian Park. Widescreen. Think if Richmond wins this week, that will rule Josh Fraser out. You're done, mate. He gets sacked as interim coach. Rayner, and then we bring back in Michael Voss. He's back, baby. He's back. Rayner,
Michael Voss is happy on broadcast. Yeah, I
think we're equally as happy that he's on the broadcast and not at the club. GMHC alias Stadium is the two
Calais. GMH Calais.
Oh, Calais.
I don't know.
Aren't oval shape, excuse me. A tush is for Prigger again. Jeez, everyone's hating on this.
Lucky we don't play there.
Chat's convinced not me to go. Don't Geelong want to play home finals there? Yeah, they do. But
because no one likes it apart from them.
Yeah, exactly. Cats want to play there every game there. Cats did 1-2 and cried when you said, "Geez, go on about the Cats." The worst home ground. My lord, the hate. He's coming strong. Let the hate flow through you. We have plenty of better forwards than injury-prone Motlop. Trade him or delist. Very simple. Chef, yes. Oh, g'day, Jack. I didn't say g'day to you. Hope you're well, mate.
You did say g'day to Jack.
No, I didn't. That was last week. I flashed his comment
before.
I flashed his comment on the screen when you were talking.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, Jack.
Lana, Jim, your comment made no sense. Reread it. I think we know what he meant. What he meant. Chris Scott found the brown paper bags under his chair as the umps. He tried to pay off, backfired. Did they show? Gee whiz. It's like everyone's been bottling this up about GMHBA. And they've just been unleashed. Lordy. Just having a bit of a yarn back and forth. Dave's hot on Mott Flop, he's called him, who can't get on the park, a flash in the pan. Yeah. Byrne was probably second or third best small forward coming out of the draft behind Doverston and I don't know who that is. Who's Puker? I think that's a typo. Is that Plucker? Is in Pluckerduck? Doverston, I know, was the top rated, but I don't know who Puker is. Anyway, there you go. But yeah, fair point. Widescreen without the C. Widescreen. Just goes to show again what we're chatting about with Nick Austin, being able to identify him as an option.
And sliding so much, or going so far down the draft.
Yeah. And not being tempted to take him at an earlier pick as well. So you've got a fair bit of patience. You got to have nerves of steel. Small forwards usually are taken late in drafts, unless you're a Nick Watson, the Wizard, or Doverston, or Pluker, whatever his name is. Or are you trying to say Blucher? Jack Blucher. Fraser surely has to be the number one contender as coach at the moment, but do you have any other considerations you really think could make a difference and be that man? Can't argue with Josh at the moment. He's been great. Yeah, I don't really want to consider anyone at the moment. I'm just happy with what we're doing. I don't know.
I want to see what he does after a loss.
Yes. Yeah, that's a very good point. Very
It's
good
all
point.
well and good when you're winning, but when you're not winning, how do you respond?
Mm.
That's what I want to see. We were having a look at our draw, and I just, you know, being the eternal optimist, said I can probably see us dropping 2 more games for the rest of the year if we keep playing how we have been playing. If this Carlton keeps playing, so it'll be interesting to see. I think we'll either drop Essendon or Brisbane. Sorry, not Essendon. Oh my god, that was a Freudian
Hawthorn?
slip.
Yeah.
Hawthorn or Brisbane. I think we'll drop either one of them, and I think we'll. Like, I reckon we could, yeah, I think either or both, but let's just say either, being optimist, that we'll probably win one. And I think it's pretty easy to say we'll probably lose against Freo as well in our last game, you would suggest.
Yeah. I think with the way that Freo are going, we're going to be very
Yeah.
much up against it to try and beat them as well as we're going at the moment. It's, yeah, it'll be very,
All the
very hard.
other ones, I think, are gettable
Mm.
if we keep playing how we have been playing.
Yeah.
And I hate
Yeah.
that I put that out into the ether now because I'm very superstitious and I feel like I've jinxed it. Anyway,
Just say you're joking. Sorry, we're just hypothesizing.
just joking. Yeah, because we're going to win the flag, and I'm just mucking around. It's not even going to happen. Anyway, next.
Was it actually you that posted that on the Facebook group asking, "Hey guys, do you reckon we can make the grand final?"
Oh, you know what the saddest thing? I was thinking about this the other day. The saddest thing when we were doing so well in 2023 is that we've been Carlton members, Captain's Club members for years. Like, I'm coming up to 30 years being a Carlton Captain's Club member. And we didn't realize that we had guaranteed grand final tickets as part of our membership. And we only found out because we got the email from the club in the lead up to the semi saying this is what's going to happen if we make the grand final. And we had no idea that that was a perk of our membership. How
Yeah.
sad is that? It'd be
It
lovely
just gives
to
an
use
insight.
them one day.
Yeah, gives the insight into being a Carlton supporter. Just no expectations above what we're seeing on field, which is by and large pretty putrid across the past decade.
I remember reading Dad being like, "Oh my god, do you know that we're guaranteed grand final tickets if we make the grand final?" And Dad was like, "No," because
Yeah,
we're also AFL members, and I always thought that we were AFL members because then that gave us a better chance of getting grand final tickets if we ever made a grand final. But now it doesn't really make any sense anyway.
yeah, interesting. As you can see on screen there, this is reported by Mitch Cleary, who's one of the better, if not the best AFL journo out there. Outside of Xander Maguire, we spoke about him as well just quickly. He's one of the better operators in the game.
Xander's a really, and like, the people that just call him a nepo baby, so I feel sorry for him because he's always going to have that hanging over him because of who his dad is. But he's actually a really good operator. Like, I rate him absolutely.
But
and yeah,
very
Mitch,
good.
we rate Mitch too.
But these are, as reported by Mitch himself, the 6 names. So Jamie Graham, James Kelly, James Riley, John Siracusa, Brendan Lade, and Corey Enright. Then I think it was on the agenda setters, which he features on a little bit as well. Mentioned there was another few names: David Hale, Skipworth, and Brett Montgomery were the other ones as well. And it's funny, he says Brisbane assistant Cam Bruce was sounded out to be part of the Carlton process but declined. There you go. So amazing. Anyway, just thought we'd flash them up on screen there for you, Jack. But yeah, it could be anyone. I mean, at the moment, which I'm just hopeful that Fraser adds his name really to
Look, I think, like we spoke about last week, depending how the rest of the season goes, and that it's proof that it's not just a coincidence that we're winning all these games. I think it would be silly for him not to be considered unless he fundamentally does not want the role. He might be gunning for it. He might be like, no, I want to go to Tassie in 2 years.
Yeah, true.
We don't know.
Yep. We just
We don't
do
know what
now.
other conversation. He might want to coach Essendon.
Yeah. That's funny. Burnsby Wonderful didn't think he'd be this good this early. Yeah. Well, he's had more than one good game as well. Like he's not, not a one-dimensional forward. Like his pressure and his tackling, which we saw against the Eagles as well, incredible. Like his chase down tackles,
Yeah.
second to none. Really, really cool. Voss is now the skills commentator. Oh Lord. Come back and Zach's talking about Motlop. Yeah. He's your boy, isn't he, Atush? I can handle personal insults and calling me names, but draw a line at Motlop slander. Jesse will come back next year, fitter and better. Can't see us getting rid of him. Yeah, I don't think we'll get rid of him. Give him a chance to come back and earn his stripes and see how he goes from there. Atush, if he goes to a different club, will you follow him? Will you follow his career? Because I know how much you love him. Says when he comes back and kicks 35 plus goals, he'll jump on board. Who's been worst post-playing career, Voss as a coach or Silvani as a list? Ooh, geez,
Silvani,
that's a tough
please.
question.
Silvani.
Voss?
No, Silvani. Like yeah, no.
Silvani, at least Voss got us through to a prelim. You can say that.
Yes.
But
exactly.
Yeah. But then Sauce also gave us Charlie, Harry, Walshy, but as I said earlier, they're gimmies.
Yeah.
They're just layups, as they say in the basketball. That's the terminology, isn't it? Layups, just at the base of the hoop.
Set it all up for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Kemp and TDK is no longer with us. He's now with Silvani over in St Kilda. So I don't know. That's a tough one, widescreen. Time to grab the sword, mate. Be careful when you're talking about swords, mate, because when you're talking about grab the sword and Jesse in one sentence with a tush, could be talking about anything. And the pick after Kemp is SDK. That's right. Kemp's been good. Can you imagine Motlop under Fraser? Oh, you just have to wait and see for that, Atush. I'm trying here, dude. I still love Jesse. Sauce was the worst list manager, had one good draft. Yep. I think David loves the draft. I get that feeling that he's analysed the draft to the nth degree, which I respect. Atush, Jesse will come good. Kemp wasn't picked to be a forward. Yeah, he was running as a midfielder late in the his under 18s champs season, and was played in defence, but more I think he was played up forward. But yeah, he was selected by us to be more of a wingman, played through the middle, maybe defence. And then, yeah, like, throw him forward.
See what happens.
Jim, Motlop won't get a game at most clubs. Take a loss, trade on your list. Trying to stir the pot now, Jim. Wayno Fraser would say your forward pocket today. Paul Motlop would ask where that is. Yeah. I agree with that, Wayno. Jack, funny how aggressive left Austin followed. Yeah, I don't know the circumstances around that because he didn't address it in this interview with John Ralph, but not that he would. But I would really like to know the circumstances around that because there's a divide there between what the club says in terms of his departure and what Austin says.
Yeah, because Austin will maintain that he rocked up to the club for work thinking that Michael Voss had a job and he had a job, and then at the end of the day, neither of them had a job.
Yeah.
Which is a different story to him leaving and choosing to leave.
A bit of difference. Widescreen. If Foss, Jagger, and Lawler Reid were all available with that pick 3, who do you think Carlton would have ideally picked?
Jagger.
I don't reckon we would have gone for Foss. I reckon it probably would have been Jagger because, like Austin talks about this interview, we went for Jagger because of what he added to the list in terms of his attributes and strengths.
Mm-hmm.
And he spoke about like Cripper, like existing players in our midfield. Cripper is obviously hasn't got any speed, but hard at the contest. We've got Walsh, who's really our only outside run and speed. And that's it. Georgia Boy Hewitt is in and under, very slow. Chera, not gifted with speed. So he's talking about identifying draftees at the top end of the draft that can really help us in areas that we are deficient in. So I think we probably would have still gone for Jagger. At a pinch, Lawler. I think Lawler's a great player as well, very generational. I think Reed is, like, he's come on in leaps and bounds, yes. But if you're comparing the pair at the time with what they've achieved at junior level, I think Jagger shat all over Murphy Reed. But I mean, how they adapted senior level and everything else, you have to wait and see. Atush, who is Zach? We have no idea. Geez, they're all talking about. I'm just going to skip these because they're all just going back and forth about Motlop here.
Yeah, and this isn't a whack Motlop show.
No, exactly. And then Jonas says, get rid of the Fog. I think Fogarty's probably going to be one of the guys in the gun come the end of the year. He's had enough chances. He plays one decent game and then goes missing. And I was actually thinking back to this game, same game in round 1 against Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those goals, one goal that Fog missed? He was virtually dead in front, kicking from the top of the square and hit the post.
Yeah.
That was it for me. Because at that point in the preseason, Fogarty wasn't looking good. And he was gifted a game off the back of no form, which I spoke about in that game, that preview of that game, I remember. And when he hit the post, then I was like, I am done. And I'm pissed off that Voss actually selected him. So I think he's done, unfortunately. He's had enough chances. From the Cats, couldn't get it done there either. Atush, weird bloke with like 15 different accounts. David and Jim are the same person. Oh, what? Really? Genuinely, if I was up at 11:30 talking to myself on 2 different accounts, I'd cry. Jim, I'm disappointed, mate. Jim, I thought you were your own person. Come on. Peter, Blues by 67. Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are with the margin. And Raina says, yep, checks out. Blues have 0 to worry about as just do your stuff. Yep, and they'll get the result. Atush, mate, he's the only one that'll talk to himself. In that case, I was actually warming up to Jim. I'm disappointed. You've really let me down here, David. I almost feel like what I felt when Fogarty hit the post from the top of the square. I am very disappointed. You're very close to being delisted, mate. Oz says, yep. Tush Geelong supporters are losing it. They want Jeremy Cameron dropped. He had a terrible game. And it's funny that the commentators are actually blaming his broken arm. Like, he's had that in a protective cast for how long now? You can't be leaning back on, he's got a broken arm. Like, he played with a broken arm in the grand final. You can't be using that as an excuse. It's not a soft tissue injury. And if he's not fit, then don't play.
Should be playing, exactly.
Pretty simple. Dave, I'm convinced you are actually a opposition supporter. I don't know why you're hating on our own players, especially our young.
Why do you hate Jagger?
It makes
no one hates Jagger. Come on.
Makes no sense. You'd have to be so negative.
Do you also go by other names like Bonnie Blue and Lara
It might have been
Sim
him.
or whatever?
It might have been him. Let us know if it was. Why is there a clip of Chris Scott? I see is him crying or smashing shit. Yeah, he's got a bit of a temper.
He's impulsive.
Yeah. 2 losses in a row, a loss after the bye. He did cry. Trust Damon's gut. He's talking about my gut. Someone's actually clipped up as the avatar. Me wearing my long sleeve jumper. For those people that didn't tune into the stream last week, this is the context.
Oh my gosh. I can't be loud or wake up the baby.
You can't be loud. Where is it? We're doing it. Can you just explain to people we're doing a show and tell?
As this stream goes on later and later into the night, it gets weirder and weirder. So at one point in the stream last week, someone said, "Do you have any vintage merchandise?" And I can't remember who. And David tried this on because he said that would be too big on him. And I said, "I don't think it would." And now we've got a screenshot.
I'm showing my gut here. Don't clip that up, by the way. I'm going to put it on again for the rest of the stream.
Oh, gosh.
And I want to know who this is. Jonas, is that you?
Oh, that's so good.
Trust the gut. But I love how there's like they've actually clipped up the exact moment where I was pulling the jumper down. You can see the bottom of my gut.
You know, this gets put up. You put this up as like for people to watch the next day, so they probably just rewound it and clipped it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're not going to be there doing my frame. But very good. There you go. Trust Damon's gut. Exactly. David is so jealous. David is big dog shit around these spots, champ. Who is this? Can you let me know if you are in the Discord of Supercoach Edge? If this is you, Jonas, if it's you, Adam, it might be Adam or someone from the Discord. Let us know. But very, very funny. Jackson Riney for Hall of Fame. Okay. Jumper Punch is killing it. Okay. Ankle sore is boring now because we are winning. Andy is all happy. Yeah. Andy had the appeal there when he was going off his absolute nana. But still entertaining. Yeah. I don't
we don't
know.
even say that Dacos word in this stream.
Yeah.
In your Supercoach one, yeah, sure. But not in this one.
We might have to make a mod of some of these regulars here because just to reward them, but just for anyone that goes off, we've had quite a few people go off the rocker, haven't we? Across the journey, talking about.
Yeah, when we talked about Carlton Respects, that was a doozy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah. It never occurred to me also as well that I've got a long sleeve jumper back in the day, obviously because I love Houlihan and Lappin, but Kudafidis. Could you imagine Kudafidis in a long sleeve jumper?
No.
He should have done that. I was a trend setting then.
He wouldn't get the muscles into the long sleeve jumper.
He'd be bursting at the seams, just like me.
It's one-handed football.
Yeah, I know how it feels. Ankle sore is quite sore the past 6 weeks.
Okay,
Dave,
skip.
That's it. We're just going to skip you now, David. If you continue, we're going to have to get the hammer out, I think. Thor's Milner.
No hammers. Just
no hammers. Okay. No hammers. Whenever I have time, I tune into whatever I can, however long I can, and show some love, even if it's just me popping in and saying hi. That's why we love you, Atush. That's why we love you. We do. I was one of his first subs, never got a wrench. A wrench? Is that? I assume that's moderation. But Jack, if you are referring to us, we can hand out wrenches. But I imagine if we did, the people would be banning each other and booting people just to cause havoc. Yes, take out the trash. Always been a bit of a metalhead, says Wayno. I can see that from you, Wayno. Jealous of this? No one's jealous of us. We do our own thing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember Jackie was saying manager mod in a fair few streams. Now they're just talking about metal. Scrolling through. Exactly right. And that's any critique of a youngster is a bit stupid because they're in their first year. It's like someone critiquing someone in their first year of a professional job in a different industry, no matter what it may be. You'd have kinks to iron out. You have things to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I will whack this up because it's quite funny. But I reckon there should be a question there, a tush about smiling.
Come on.
About smiling. talking about grunge, Sounds of Silence. Disturbed. Yeah. Because Disturbed have, I agree with you there, Lana. Really good version of Sounds of Silence. Very good. Check it out. YouTube it.
Don't know what you're talking about. My musical knowledge doesn't really go further than Taylor Swift.
That says everything we need to know. Wayno says, Atush, you and my daughter would hit it off. She's a grunge girl. Shall we
Arranged marriage.
a matchmaking stream, potentially?
Yes.
That would be good.
Carlton people with Carlton people.
Yeah.
Make more Carlton people.
It works. And we could be, because we're double edge. And then cross swords. Atush learned the guitar last year because of an interview I saw with Kurt Cobain saying music isn't perfect. It's supposed to be sloppy, and I love that. Yeah. So that's anything like creative. Nothing's perfect. It's your interpretation of what you want to do. Wayno, Lana, the story of that is it was recorded after a long day and he was stoned, and the sound bloke suggested they try recording the Sounds of Silence, and bang, a great version. It's very, very slow. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's just like,
I know that.
Yeah, that's Disturbed. Yeah, that's the Disturbed version. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then it gets brighter and brighter with his voice. Like he starts really low. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I don't know the lyrics, but I know the sound.
Oz says, hopefully by halftime we kick 14-10. Atush, absolutely, mate. Always keen to catch any fellow bagger. Where are we playing? That's at the G, isn't it?
MCG.
We're playing at GMHBA. Just had to make sure, otherwise it would have been halfway down the highway and realized, oh shit. Lana, well, I'll just show your daughter the photo of Atush at the wedding, looking schmick. I don't know what photo that is. Is that your profile picture or anything? Is it, Atush? Still talking about who's talking about Jack Silvani? I don't know what's going on. Very entertaining though. I like that, Dave. Lana, when doesn't our man not look good? Exactly. Brilliant version, and I generally prefer the original. Okay. Tush, guys, I'm blushing. Stop. Geez, they're talking about they're going back and forth about a Tush. He's a cutie. Oh my lord. Accidentally read busting a Tush. What? Oh, guys, I'm busting. Very good, Raina. Very, very good. Different meaning. Completely different meaning. Truth is truth. Eddie and Jimmy podcast has gone lame, and it's nothing but Collingwood and Geelong. Boring. Yeah, I could see that happening with that podcast. Where they haven't got
Eddie
really
is in Eddie Maguire. Eddie is in Eddie Maguire. Oh, gee, Eddie's got a few podcasts on the go at the moment, doesn't he? I don't know how he has the time.
What's the other podcast he's got?
It was meant to be Eddie and Carl, or Carl and Eddie, or whatever, but Carl's been sacked from that as well.
Oh, so the entire podcast is done.
Don't know if the whole entire podcast is done, but the Carl component of Carl and Eddie has been sacked. I believe this week was the second week of it. And there was no Carl. Okay. And now apparently Carl's getting a podcast with Carl Sandilands. So, God. Anyway.
I have a feeling Trust Damon's gut might be. We'll get to this in a moment because there's a bit of a giveaway here. Atush, relax. Overtaken by Taylor Byrne. I love the Byrne, but Motlop's much more talented. Let's not kid ourselves here. Come on, Atush. Let's not kid ourselves here. Taylor Byrne is already shown twice as much as what Motlop has. I'm sorry to say. But I must say that Taylor Byrne is one of my favourites. Much like Motlop is one of your favourites. So I don't think we're going to be winning an argument here. But Damon's gut says, hey, Damon, did any of the players purposely kick the footies into your camera while filming at Carlton or Collingwood? I've seen players do it for a laugh at training a couple of times.
Is this coming from someone overseas, potentially?
Yes, I think it might be. I think it might be someone who used to come to the footy with me at Optus Oval back in the day. My best mate, who is located in Thailand. So very, very good. And he's kept quiet. He hasn't actually alerted me that he was doing this. But the fact that he's gone
You're
back,
assuming it's him.
I assume. Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, someone that would have inside knowledge.
Exactly right. Well, just to answer that question, yes, it has happened, but not deliberately. It was an errant kick from Robert Harvey when he was assistant coach at Collingwood. And I was on the sidelines, came off the side of the boot. Classic Robert Harvey. Not that he'd do that. Probably 9 out of his 10 kicks, he would hit the mark. But kicked it wide for Hoskin Elliott to run onto. And instead of running onto the footy, he ran into me, my camera, and tripod. So thankfully at this stage, back in, it would have been 2017, potentially, 2016, 2017. Social media wasn't as big back then. Otherwise, it would have been plastered everywhere. And you would know me from that incident. Thankfully, Hoskin Elliott, he was fine. Mind you, I grabbed the camera,
No,
slow motion on the way down.
The next.
No, I'm not going to say that part. Grabbed the camera and had my finger jammed in between the tripod and thought I had a broken finger. And they're like, oh, that's right. Like the medicos there checked me out and they said, you'll have to get a scan at the scanning clinic. I said, okay, no worries. Where is it? They said, it's across the road. It was at Amy Park. So I had to walk across the other side of the oval and get a scan on my finger, which thankfully was only swelling and bruising, no ligament damage, no nothing. But
I get a call at work. Bad. I think I've broken my finger. You've got to be joking. You're a videographer, you're not a player. Anyway.
Yeah, but adrenaline was running through me. Because I got right up and I'm like, is the camera fine? I'm like, first and foremost, is Hoskin Elliott fine? Because if he is injured and features on the injury report as being injured by our videographer, videographer, and the tripod, oh my Lord. All I could think of, like in that moment when I hit the ground, oh my God, the tripod leg's gone through his actual leg. But he was fine. He was fine. If you see the vision, which I probably should get and show it one day, because it's quite funny, because no one got injured, obviously, but I saved the camera. It was on its way down at the speed of light. Bang, caught that, jammed my finger. So I could have been down a few $1,000s for a camera and could have been done for poor Hoskin Elliott.
Classic. Yeah, it would have cost more if he injured the player, but anyway. Accidents happen.
Yep, exactly right. Exactly, don't they, Robert Harvey? Get your kicking right, mate. Classic. Oh, assistant coach. AC is assistant coach. Okay. The lingo. Hello, hosts. Hello, Oz. Okay.
How far behind are we on the comments, by the way? Because it's 12:30 and we really should be looking to wrap this up soon.
Carlton should hire Voss to do a citizen's arrest on this champ David. Take him to the loony bin.
I don't know if this is who you think it is.
I don't know. Is he? Yeah, well, he hasn't messaged me in WhatsApp. I'm just going to screenshot this and ask him.
Reveal yourself.
Yeah, is this you?
Me, so I can. Feel free to text me, whoever you are.
Yeah.
If you know me. No one's messaged me.
All right, let's see if he replies. I don't know what the No, it should be late evening over in Thailand. Wrong account, David. It was your gym account. A fun, calm podcast this is. Thank you, Oz. That's what we intend to be. Bit of fun, bit of banter, talk shit.
When we win, it's fun.
Hey?
When we win.
It's
not as fun when we lose.
Yes, exactly. Widescreen poses. Would you consider not taking Walker and taking 2 firsts instead in what is a pretty good draft?
No.
I don't think their rating, it's always hard to say definitively in terms of the quality of the draft at the time until in retrospect down the track, but they're saying that last year's draft was a bit better compared to even the one prior to that, obviously with Jagger and Lawler. But yeah, I would say that I'd be going for Walker because he's generational.
But also, he's already embedded into the club. Like you're taking a
Developed him.
risk on something you're taking a risk on something that could be, or something that you probably have a bit of a firmer definition of what is going to be. So I would
Exactly.
take that.
Yep, known quantity. Puka was I'm probably butchering his name, or is it
Yeah,
Pekka?
poor bloke.
Pauka was the South Australia
Fucker.
small forward, destroyed champs last year, went to Richmond. There you go. What if we never lose again? Bruh, what a question. We should also pose, what is the meaning of life? Maybe we'll find out if we never lose again. Maybe that is the meaning of life, to never lose again.
I think we'll find out the meaning of life when we can see a premiership, because we're yet to see one. I think
I was
when
going
I
to say
see
when
that,
we
I
pass
will
over.
No.
Which I think probably will happen to most supporters, because we're like, oh my God, we've won a flag.
No. I think then we'll know the meaning of life.
Yeah, after we've won a flag, yeah.
Yeah.
Tush says, depends on who the two first are. I'd rather have one elite player than 2 7 out of 10 players. Yep, exactly.
Or potentially 7 out of 10. We don't know.
Yeah, I read it as accountant as well initially. I just didn't say it out loud.
Air conditioner or assistant commissioner.
What was that? A what conditioner? Air conditioner?
Air conditioner or assistant commissioner.
Assistant commissioner. Commissioner Gordon from Batman. Tush, he's actually a Carlton supporter at Cooks. Yeah, he's cooked. I think Walker could be one of those pillar players you build around. So no, take Walker and run. But interesting thought. And I think, he kind of complements, again, a bit of speed that we need in the engine room. So fits a bill, definitely. At first I read it as air conditioning. Lol. I have a confession to make. I was the guy who posted that on Facebook. Surely it was not you, Atush. Surely it was not you. I've got to find it. Actually, it put a smile on my face. I was like, this is really...
What group was it in?
Warms the heart. It was either in... I'm a part of, I reckon, about 6 supporter groups. There's Carlton FC members and passionate supporters page. I'll just quickly open up tabs. I'll be able to find it because it was like the top comment. Nope, it's not that one. It'd be maybe this one. Nope, it's not that one. Maybe it'd be this one. Here we go.
Don't dox the person's name.
People can check it out. It's the group is Bound by Blue. Carlton FC Bound by Blue on Facebook. You can join. I think it might be a public group, so you can check it out. But they ask, just putting it out there, who do you think Carlton will play in the grand final? Who could it be?
That's brilliant. That's a brilliant post.
Yep. And the comments were, it won't be until next season and it will be Sydney. Susan says, we can still dream when there is fire, there's a flame.
See, nothing's impossible until it's not.
I don't think that's the saying. When there's a fire, there's a flame. I think it's normally when there's smoke, there's fire, but we'll pay it. Thank you, Susan. And Mick says, love the Blues, but we will not be in the grand final. Jeez. Even if we make the stupid-ass wildcard round, it's going to be difficult. The best thing is, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We haven't beaten the Tigers next week yet.
One game I would love? I would love for us, if we make wildcard, for it to be in 8th, 7th or 8th. Because that means that even if wildcard didn't exist, we would still be playing finals this year. Because then people can be like, oh, that's what I would love.
Yeah, it's like when we made the finals off the back of Essendon getting kicked out due to their drug saga, and it was the asterisk year where we made the finals, but we beat Richmond that year. Exactly. So we proved our wares. Widescreen, if you're Josh Fraser and you win the flag this year, do you just retire as a premiership coach? Would be the greatest story. It would be the first time, obviously, an interim coach has gone through and won a flag. That would be hilarious. Could you actually retire as a premiership coach if you're not actually the coach? Not the full-time coach?
Can you get back paid as a coach instead of an interim coach?
Yeah. Well, that's true, because would he be earning any more? or would he just be earning his normal? I don't know how it would
You
work. That's a
imagine
good
he
question.
would get, well, how it works in corporate is like if you're seconded into another role, you get like a little bit of a top up, but not like if you were actually doing the role.
So I just love it, David replying to himself at Jim. I 100% agree.
That's okay.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it. With that, the context of that now, that is so good. Dave, you are more than welcome here, mate. You are very funny. Oz of who is going to coach Carlton is just speculation. Yep. Even complimenting himself now. He's talking to himself. He's talking. He's doing the soccer chant. He's talking to himself. He's talking to himself. It's midnight on a Thursday, and David's talking to himself. It is fascinating indeed. I'm requesting a content creator trade if Jesse leaves. There you go. There we go. Bemusing, all right. All right, let's just scroll down. How down in the dumps do you have to be to be like? Voss wants the Don's gig. There you go.
No,
Please take it. Please give it to him.
they wouldn't do that.
All right, it's easy to scroll through these because half of these are from David. Here we go. Trust Damon's gut. Damon, how about a Sarah Jones or Kath Lachlan poll? Add Caro Wilson just for David.
I don't think this is who you think it is.
No, I don't think it's my mate because he doesn't know Kath Lachlan.
No. I reckon I have a feeling who it might be.
Is it someone I know or someone you know? We know.
I think it's someone you know.
I reckon it could be Jonas Goat. In all honesty.
Well, he's disappeared, has he not?
Yes, and I always accuse him of having multiple accounts, and he's never. Well, he has denied it, but he said he's only denied it when he hasn't. When I've accused him of being a particular account, and he said, "No, that's not me." Goal kicking mid, Lawler, Jagger and Cody would complement each other so well, and Austin probably knew that. Yep, exactly. And he speaks about that in the interview, like in terms of going up the draft order to get Jagger, and then having Dean, Jagger, Walker, like we've done pretty well. Pretty well. Oh my Lord. Is there a video of that? 2 guys, 1 cup. Is that what you're talking about, Dave?
No, don't.
Yeah, Fogsy's Gonski. I think Dave's in front of the mirror. Jim. Apparently he's not Jim. Oh, Jim. It reminds me of Jim from American Pie. Loves the old pie. Cats are slipping. Has there's only 2 people in chat hanging shit on the same play. It's not hard to figure out. Yeah. Let's keep going. Keep going. Damon's gut. Here we go. Mind you, the gut isn't that. I've got a gut, but it's not that big. Doesn't hang below my jumper, which I see from people from time to time. Some supporters at our games, and I always wonder, how do you let it get to that point where gravity takes over? Genuine question.
It's not hard. Have a baby. That does it.
No, but on the male side of things, that's like, and those that tuck their gut underneath their belt, I never. If I ever get to that,
that's what women do. You tuck your guts in. You don't. Men just pull their pants down and have your guts hanging over your belt. Women, you have to tuck
have
it
you
all
not
in.
seen guts hang that low where blokes like pull up their pants and they tuck their gut into their pants? It's amazing.
That's what women do. I'm trying to tell you.
They should not be doing that. It's ridiculous.
It's all illusions.
This should be OnlyFans content. It should be with my gut. 100% spot on there, Atush. Oh my God. Now I don't. Damon's gut. Just peel it back a bit. But
no.
Charlie and Hank style. Me, myself, and Irene. Now this is not.
Well, who are you, Damon's gut? Because you could be talking to yourself too.
I'm Hank. For me, myself, and Irene. What do I normally say? Hey, ringworm. That's Hank from me, myself, and Irene. Jim Carrey. Carlton Pawn, exactly. Wayno's having a good laugh here. I'm getting a stitch. A pity he thinks he's being serious. This stream has had it all. Well done. Nope, we haven't. We've just been talking shit. All you guys and girls in the comments have been entertaining us. What is happening now? Lana's misreading things. She's seeing stiffies. What? Oh, I thought he said David's making me laugh so hard I'm getting a stiffy. I've never laughed that hard where I've got a stiffy, Wayno, but it can happen to the best of us. Wayne, the internet is hilarious. Some proper creatures on here. Creatures is a good word. It's a classic. This genuinely is one of my favorite shows. It feels like I'm kicking back with mates talking about Carlton. That's the vibes that we want to give out.
That's our house. That's our household.
Exactly. Silvani in the 80s and 90s with the long sleeves. Nah, it was always Houlihan. I loved Hula, skinny lapping. And I used to always roll these up as well. Like Stephen Milne used to do it, but he's a dickhead. But used to always like roll it up to the point where it used to hang like that, like 3/4 sleeves. Darren Hume used to wear it like that as well. The hard nut. Rainer, timeout works well. Easy to check multiple accounts when they come back. Kuda wore Ange's long sleeve jumper, if you know what I mean.
Next.
I do know what you mean. I think you're talking about docking. Anyway, Tush, we know what the sun feels like on our skin, unlike those creatures. Everyone is just joining in.
Don't call people creatures.
Raina, I'm moderating 12 channels, and this one is very entertaining. And if we were to kick certain people, it wouldn't be as entertaining. And they're having fun in their own right, surely, their own reality. And Chef Jack just wants to bloody throw around Milner from Thor. I'm just reading through. Oz, good show so far and diverted from football. Just a wee bit. Exactly right. Just
Always.
A wee bit.
This is what happens. It gets to a certain point, and we're getting real close to that 1 a.m. now. Like, let's get this. I need to go to sleep.
Exactly. George, cross swords.
Yep, and my face probably will too, because I knew exactly what you said.
Yeah, and I knew exactly what I was saying as well. I was doing it for a bit of comedic effect. So good that you picked up on it, Georgie boy. They're all US channels, and it gets wild. There's a few people that are moderators here. In some doozies. Crossing swords. And it's definitely not our man.
I don't know what you were talking about when you said that.
It was talking about because we're the double-edged sword, and if a Tush and Wayno
if we
daughter
get
together,
then
we would be the two swords.
Yes.
Uniting.
Yeah.
Anything Eddie is on turns to Collingwood. Yeah, let me know what the best way to contact you, and I'll catch up with the game. I think you've got me on Twitter, I think, mate. So slide into the DMs there. Probably the
on Instagram, I think.
Or Instagram as well. Yeah, exactly. I don't know who Damien is either. So I don't know. Is it the alternate me that lives in the attic that we feed fish heads? My twin. I love Bernie tackles people. They owe him money. Look, they owe him money. Yeah, that's the best description of it, I reckon. Hey, you. See, Peter's gotten behind the burn of a motlop. So I'm sorry, Atush, but you've fallen behind there. Eddie expects Renault jobs to be done at an acceptable price. One trade he told me. Wouldn't surprise me.
How do you think rich people are rich?
Exactly right. Wayno, you let us down, wasted the chance to take down a pie. I don't know what that's in reference to, Wayno.
Probably your mate. So.
Huh?
Your two mates that were talking to each other. Anyway, continue.
Which mates? Oh, the what's his name, Dave? I thought he was. Sorry, I read that as literally a pie, like take down a pie, like smash. I could smash a pie. That's what I read that as.
Oh my god.
I read that as like you take down like a smash. I could really smash a pie.
That's worse than me thinking that AC meant assistant commissioner.
Commissioner. Durden
What was
is
that? Hello was what?
written ages ago. I don't know. Durden is doing well at Port, to be honest. He is indeed.
How far behind are we in the comments? Because I'm seriously need to go to sleep.
You can clock off if you want, and I'll keep going.
No.
We're nearly there. Okay.
Okay.
Durden rings along around Motlop. Yeah, Voss has gone up to the Fox commentary. We've got 20 out of contract this year, so still a lot of change coming. Yep, indeed. Durden wanted to return to SA for family reasons, mainly his little sister to make it easier for her. Yeah, he's a good bloke. He's a really good bloke, Durd. So I'm happy to see him performing well. Skill supervisor. The hard ones, Lana and the older blokes who are still performing, what would you do with McGovern and Haynes? I think you'd keep them. I think at the very least as depth if they're keen to stay around for the younger brigade.
I think it depends where we are because remember McGovern was fighting for a contract last year. So has he shot the lights out this year? Has he done enough?
Yeah, I reckon he's done enough. Yep. I think Sard, you'd probably say, is bye-bye.
Yeah. He's very injury prone. That doesn't help.
Yeah. Let's say Buku or something like that comes in and takes his place. Yep. Do you keep Gov for depth? I think you keep him for depth. We've seen over the past few years when injuries hit hard and we don't have depth, especially in defence, where we have to rely upon the likes of Marchbank and Sam Durden, the tall defender who used to play for North Melbourne, played a few games for us, that you need that depth there. So give him a 1-year deal if he's happy with it. Otherwise, if he wants to seek opportunity elsewhere, it's up to him.
How old is he?
Gov? I think I'd guess and say about 32.
Yeah, I was going to say he'd be early 30s.
31, turning 32 in October. I think Ollie being picked over Akers points the way. Selections going towards the future. Yep, Akers' form wasn't droppable, and this is from me who had the bloke out the door at the start of the year. Yeah, very good point there, Wayno. Fraser wins the flag, says Damon's gut. We will give him some brown paper bags, baby. We will. And we will tell the AFL that we're doing it. So we're not going to be doing anything shady. We're just going to be paying him in bags. Not under the table.
Buy him a house, a farm, whatever it is, however Geelong do it.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Pay money to see Voss at the Bombers, as would I. Oh, here we go. The last interim coach to win the premiership was Alan Joyce. Never knew that. Incredible stat there.
Was he an interim coach because the coach got sacked because they were shit, or was he an interim coach for other reasons? Because like Brendan Bolton obviously was an interim coach for Hawthorn, however many, 2015, whenever that, 11 years ago. 2015, 2014, 12 years ago when Hawthorn won the flag, but Clarko came back. But was he the interim coach because the original coach got sacked? Or what's the go?
I don't know. I have to Google it. Oz would know. He would know. Dave says, why are you scrolling? Mate, I'm not scrolling through all yours. Not all of them anyway. So technically,
and we're allowed to feature whoever we want.
Yep. If you're adding to the conversation, if you're trying to misdirect, if you're adding shit, then we're not going to put it up. It's pretty simple. Start a collection. It's Damo's gut. Yes, it is. It is my gut. It has a voice and mind of its own. I don't know what that is. Riveting conversation. It's 1 a.m. and we're talking about guts. Gut-wrenching call. PR one to swallow. Genuine mistake. That's what they're talking about. Stiffy. I want to swallow. Whoops. Why was Cooter in the Cats banner tonight? I didn't see that. Did they do like a what do they call it? The cartoon of someone, and it looked like Cooter? I don't know. What do you mean by that, Rainer? I didn't catch that. Tez and Pom will have to lift their game since this podcast is creative banter. No, we like to be a point of difference. Not everyone has to be the same. So
No.
hopefully we can add something different. A few of you guys trying to catch up and decipher our comments. We're getting there. We're actually 5 minutes away in terms of not 5 minutes real time, but in terms
Come
of
on, I want to go to sleep.
you can't. I'm not skipping over yours, David. Come on, mate, get with it. Tush is the absolute bomb.
We can feature who we want. Just because you
Exactly.
comment doesn't mean it gets featured.
Atush says, Damo, send me a link. I'll fill in as co-host. We would go all night. That's the danger, Atush. That's the danger of doing this. Lana, thank you. Thank you for your kind request there. If you could hit the like, if you could subscribe as well. Perfect. Mind you, you got to be very careful. If you do that, you're fine. If you do it the other way around, did you see that that FIFA referee?
Yeah.
Which I had no idea. It meant that.
I don't know what it means. Isn't it that game thing that you're not meant to look or whatever?
Yes, that's what I thought it was, because we used to do it back in high school. And if you looked, you copped a punch in the arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it not that?
It apparently means white power.
Oh my God.
How could it descend from a high school children's game, which was shit at the time anyway, like to meaning that? That's crazy. I don't know. But anyway, he got in trouble because I'm sure he would have thought it was just that innocent, gotcha type thing. And he got accused of promoting white power. And he had to go on the defensive and say, it was a twitch. It was a finger twitch, which it wasn't. And FIFA stuck up for him, of course, and probably in the background said, "You're a dickhead. Don't do that again." And he was like, "I don't know what it meant that." That's what I'd be saying. I genuinely didn't know what it meant that. I was shocked when I read the article. Raina, quite a few big dollar contracts end also, this year.
And they've said, and they have said we're going to go tough at the trade period, so that makes sense. If we've got money to burn.
Yes, exactly right. Atush, 21 in the chat, 17 likes. Who's the 4 that haven't? I reckon they're probably David, Jim. Who else we got? Barry, Harry. David, have you liked the video on both accounts there? See, you stole my joke, or I stole your joke. Sorry, mate.
Speaking of Barry and Harry, when we played Essendon and Harry wasn't playing well, I was calling him Barry.
That's right, Barry. Barry's back.
Stop playing like Barry. Meaning Ben, not anyway.
Who is this?
Whoa, who is this?
Okay, so Pistol Pete is Mrs. Edgy.
Don't dox Dad.
I've spoken about him on the stream before. He's Pistol Pete.
His actual full name.
Yeah, well, let's
get that off.
Who is it? I have no idea who it could be. And my mate has replied on WhatsApp and said, "Not me, good sir, haha." So it is not him. He would come clean if it was him.
No one's messaged me.
Atush said, "I got working 5 hours." You've done this so often, Atush. I've seen. You just not sleep. Hopefully, not working I don't know what you work as, Atush, but hopefully not a trade where you need a bit of sleep behind you.
My phone just died. Shock horror.
Read every message. Your eyes light up. Oh, don't be jealous, Dave. Jim. When I see Jim, my eyes light up. Thank you, Lana. We will be wrapping things up now because we're at the very end of the comments now. So let's go through. Wayno, not Atush. Be safe, mate. Indeed. Have a great morning, Atush. Not all stay safe. Good night, Lana. Take care. Thanks, chat, and Mr. and Mrs. Edge. Great show as always. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the banter, keeping it rolling. Which we wouldn't be going for almost 2 hours if it wasn't that good. So hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as we have. David, time for bed, dude.
Just say this, next Thursday night we probably won't have a stream because you'll be recovering from anesthetic. So I don't think that's probably a very good idea to have you on a stream.
Yes, procedure done. Yes, exactly. So probably won't be doing that.
No. So when do we play next week?
Who do we play next week? I don't even know.
I don't know. Is it Hawthorn or Brisbane?
I haven't looked that far ahead.
It's not Collingwood, is it?
Taking it 1 week at a time.
I think it's Hawthorn.
It is, Hawthorn.
Yeah.
On Saturday night.
So maybe we do. Well, you'll have to work it out with your Supercoach stream. But we have to stream because it's superstitious.
Exactly. Otherwise, we won't win and we'll lose. Oh, here we go. He says, I work a trade, but I never sleep, max a couple hours a day. Come on, a douche. Got to be safe, mate. Love everyone on the chat. Closer than you think. Who could it be? Give us another hint before we finish the stream. Because I reckon you might be Jonas. Are you in? Answer me this. Are you in the Supercoach Edge Discord? That's all I'll ask of Trust Damon's Gut. Because last week I did say, clip that up.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry to break the news. We aren't getting a big trade, apparently. Great show. Thank you, Lana, for joining us. Best wishes. Thank you, Lana. Night to you, Wayno. Oh, they're all coming in. Yeah, the Hawks. Chisel. Oh, you picked up the reference. Saturday night. See? You didn't pick up that reference, did you?
Me? I don't know what you're talking about. My brain's not working.
It's Cold Chisel. Jimmy Barnes?
No.
Nope.
Too young, sorry.
Classic song. Oh, I'm young. I wasn't born then.
No, I'm too young.
So am I. I'm older than you, and I wasn't born then, and I know it.
Yeah, but you're an old song.
I am. Alan, thanks for joining us. Nighty night, you too. Answer the question. What's the plot twist we need to know? Plot twist, Damo's Gut is Edge. Imagine that he's from the future, Atush. Imagine he's from the future, and he's come back in time to take the piss out of his old man. What a classic. If that is you, Felix / Edge Jr., good work. Who is the big name player? We don't know. We're just going to quickly go through these. Mrs. Edge.
I didn't say, can we just 1 second? I didn't say we were getting a big name player. I was saying that they said we're going to go hard at the draft. We're going to go big at the draft, and we're going to go big, at trade period. And they've been like every interview with Chris Davies and Graham Wright, they've said that. So go back and have a listen if you need to fact check me.
No, it's not Kevin. I don't know a Kevin. Kevin 07. Hint K. It's not Kerm. He said it's not him.
Do I know you?
Is it a Carlton supporter? Are you a Carlton supporter? Trust Damon's Gut.
Do I know you? Like, have we met before in person?
Okay, I can't think of anyone apart from the nickname for my mate being Kerm, but he said it's not him, so I'll take his word for it. This exactly right. This has turned into an episode of Scooby Doo. We want to unmask him. I'm trying to think. You've got to give us another clue here, because K does not reveal anything.
Are you a Kardashian?
Yeah. They obviously know of your dad.
No, but I figured out how they might know that.
Is it someone from Mother's Group? Connected?
No.
Like a partner?
No.
No?
No.
It's Kanye. You worked it out. It's Yeezy. It's him.
Let's take this offline and we can figure it out.
Yeah, apparently Jeffrey Epst could be. It could be. We don't want to say his full name because we might be flagged and killed. Peter, it'll soon be an episode of Get Snart. Yeah, not Get Smart. Get Snarty. Well, we're going to end this stream. So trust Damon's Gut. You've run out of time. We don't know who you are. You haven't revealed. In fact, post-stream in the comments on YouTube, give us a proper hint that we can, just some breadcrumbs that we can sort of, a bit of a trail list, we can sort of work out who you are. Missed it by that much. Yeah, it's a bit of a Get Smart reference there. Very good, Lana. Very good. But let us know. Comment section down below. Give us a good hint.
I don't think I know this person. Anyway,
Well, they know about the incident. C, they've said.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Do I know you? Do I know you? Answer that question.
What's C?
I don't know what C is.
Well, how come you said, oh, like you know?
No, because I said, oh, I was like, because you mentioned that they knew about the incident.
Yeah. So unless it was someone that I worked with, but there's no initials with K or C. Why? I don't know. Instead of just doing a single letter, can you give us a phrase that connects with something? Because I'm genuinely curious now. You don't have to dox yourself, but give us a phrase or something like related to or sounds like, or so then we can know who it is. Because it sounds to me like they're just falling on their keyboard and doing like or is it you, Dynamic? A bird in the bush is worth two in the hand. Is it now? Is that kind of like where there's fire, there's a flame?
I like that. I'm going to use that.
People will be like, "What? What are you talking about?" Thoughts on BBLs?
Mate, good night.
Kardashians. Is it Kim Kardashian? Pick up sticks.
What's going on?
I don't know. We're still going. Atush, we're still trying to work out who this person is because they obviously know.
So what if we got, say, I don't even have my phone.
Okay, so hint is K. Have you got notes or something there open on your?
I've got a notebook. This is like proper detective shit now.
So they've done K.
I don't want to write it in the notebook though. It's not.
KCY. Atush goes, don't end the stream until you find out. I don't even know if they're still here. They could have logged off.
KCY.
They've said, good night, Lana, take care.
KCY. Is that it? Was that another letter?
KC, where are we? Yeah, hint. They said hint K, then they said C, then they said Y.
Casey. Who's Casey?
And why? I don't know. You're still here. He lives in Casey? Thoughts on brunette? Mate, I've got one. So you know my thoughts.
Or am I not a brunette? I'm blonde.
Woo! Atush, you could have been on half an hour ago.
Yeah, I could have been tucked up in bed too, instead of trying to decipher letter clues.
BBL is natural jiggle. I thought BBL was actually talking about the cricket tournament, T20.
All right, let's wrap this up. We're not going to know the answer to this.
I've got one. Are you talking about the? Are you talking about the BBL, or are you talking about in Ghostbusters, which you mightn't have seen, Atush, because I know you're a young man. But when she takes a call, their first call, customer, we've got one. That camera. I thought it was black. Well, you're very close there, David. I was very, very close to clicking a button. George, our question is, do we have the PJ pants on? It's a very good question.
Me?
Yes. It remembers from last week that the week before you criticized me because you're like, turn the camera off, don't show them. And then I didn't show them. And then you like walked into frame at an angle where people could see your Wiggles. Remember the Wiggles pajamas? And then I got the blame. It was your fault. Well, should I say that now and get out on camera? Don't show it.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. I'm 13. I'm not that young. Atush, I know for a fact that you're pushing 40.
All right, let's go.
They had hot dogs. Oh, hot dogs on them. Did they? You haven't got a hot dog. You haven't got a hot dog Is this bloody Mandela effect?
My pajama pants had hot dogs on them.
Yeah, that was funny, says Lana. Oval shape. No, can't say I have a preference. Playboy Cardi, yeah, sure. Pushing 40, I wish. Tush is 21. What are you saying? Oh, no, he's a young lad. He's young, but not that young. He's not 13. I'm getting old. I'm turning 21 soon. We are very, very soon. Well, with that, ladies and gents, it looks as though Damo's, what is it? What was the thingo? Gut, whatever it was.
Just Damon's gut.
Yeah, trust the gut. Trust the gut. Anyway, it's been one of those nights, one of those streams. We've just ticked over 2 hours and probably a good time to bid farewell. Trust Damo's gut. If you are around, please give us a proper hint as to who you are because we have no idea who you are. KCY? No, nothing rings a bell. Nothing rings a bell. So thank you, as always, for joining us. Really do appreciate all your company. I think there's some people here that have joined us from the start. I know Atush has been one. Lana, likewise. David, we could probably say yes as well. But yeah, very good, Pete. Very good suggestion. New segment, Trust Damo's Gut. I might do that. Might patent that. Trust my gut. Hey, well, we could say early days about Michael Voss, trust my gut. And people would be like, the gut knows nothing. But the gut knows all. It's like a crystal ball. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Atush, I usually let people guess Lana and whatever they say, I roll with it. I'm the real David. Okay. And get some bag of merch in Ash's room, for goodness sake. Well, we can. We've got some. We'll probably hang up some. I've got enough jumpers in there. Koresh.
Let's go. I'm literally falling asleep.
Not I. This is some M. Night Shyamalan plot twist tonight. It is. And we will not rest until we find out who it is. No, we will. We'll end the stream right now. Rest. Yes, exactly. Bring in the beautiful Pussycat next time, please. He is asleep on our bed, so we'll bring him in. He is the best. Just asking dumb questions. It's been a very, very fun night. Thank you, Trust Damon's Gut. You're not going to let us know who you are. Please give us a hint. And with that, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your love, support, everything else. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Hit the subscribe as well if you haven't already done so. And we do appreciate all of you out there.
So you do know, do I know you though?
I don't really know who.
Me.
That's not even, doesn't make any sense. If you're trying to be the Riddler, that's not a riddle.
Who do you, like, if I saw you in the street, would I know who you are?
Yeah. Do you know Mrs. Edge as well as what you do me? Answer that question and we'll finish it. Atush says, get a segment where Edge Jr. comes on. I think we've got the segment now. I think this is Edge Jr. from the future. Bedtime.
There
exactly. There he is. Yes, there's Edge. There he is, Edge Jr. That's going to be you in 5 minutes. If we finish the stream in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Dynamic. A good night for the 5th time tonight, guys. This is a proper wog goodbye.
I'm the Italian, and Damon's so slow at saying goodbye. I have to give him like a 15-minute lead up before we go.
Like some French toast, though, David. I'll end with that. French toast over French tips. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate your company. And with that, thank you, David and friends. Thank you. You answer the question, Damon's gut. I'm going to start talking to my own gut after we get off this stream. That's how insane I've been driven. Thank you for joining us. And as we always say, good luck, but French toast. They don't finish. They don't end. Let's go, Baggers. Richmond, we're going to beat them by, quick.
31.
31. I'm going to say 38 points. You're not the real. You're the real what? My God. So frustrating. Anyway, with that, we will hopefully find out next time. Pound cake, 68, 69 points. What is going on? All right. Does David not know what French toast is? 67. S. What's S? You can't give us. SS is division in the Nazi bloody war regime. You cannot be saying SS, Trust Damon's gut. Oh, Lord.
I've written it down. I've added it to the list.
They're literally just typing random letters. It makes no sense.
Just answer the question.
Exactly.
Do I know you?
Yeah. Do you know her as well as you know me?
Okay, come on. We gotta go. We were nearly there. We had one line to say, then we would have been done.
Well, you can leave. As I said, you can leave, clock off, and it can go solo.
You need to go to sleep too. ...
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway.
Whatever.
We've lost interest. Trust Damon's gut. You had your chance. We're done. So with that, thank you as always. You see, it's easier than 1, 2, 3. As we say, we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us, and go. Baggers. Go Baggers.
Have you ever heard the MCG